What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now, as we reported within the last week, coming up on one of Variety's podcasts, Tom Holland is set to, quote, give us teases and set our expectations for the upcoming Spider-Man 3. And of course, whenever that interview goes live tomorrow, we will cover it here at the channel. Today, we got an official update from Sony in the way of one of those Daily Bugle posts posted as an Instagram story from Flash Thompson for his Flash Mob. And other than giving us a couple of narrative points and updates about Spider-Man 3, in the bottom left-hand corner, there was an Easter egg tucked for the Fantastic Four that ties directly to WandaVision. We're going to break down the entirety of this brand new release from Sony, what it says about the upcoming film and the whereabouts of Spider-Man and Peter Parker since being accused of what happened in the last Spider-Man Far From Home, and what's going on with this Fantastic Four Easter egg. We're going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're still giving away a PlayStation 5 at 800,000 subscribers, as well as subscriptions to Disney Plus. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So again, the release is made to look like it's coming from the Daily Bugle. That's John Jonah Jameson's publication we learned about at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, but reposted by Flash Thompson to an Instagram story for his Flash Mob. It starts by saying, "Where is Spider-Man?" after the brave, strong, glorious hero Mysterio exposed the true identity of the madman, the masked menace Spider-Man. There is still no trace of Spider-Man. There have been reports of people in New York saying they last saw him with an unidentified young lady watching our big reveal, and since then, chaos has erupted all over New York. Somehow, people still support Spider-Man, not us. We are Team Mysterio all the way, baby. Now police have taken control of the situation. Way to go, Spider-Man. Now, this is right in line with what we just saw over a week ago on leaked set footage and photos. There's a poster there with the image of Mysterio, the words, "I believe," and on that very same poster board were images like this: citizens to defend Spider-Man, clearly setting up a rift in public opinion going into this third installment for the film. Now, if you scroll to the bottom of this release, past some jokes, is this good for Flash Mob? Yes. Is it good for me? No. I'll have to look at this loser's face everywhere now. In the bottom left, it says this: blank, 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 of feeding into Spider-Man's publicity stunts to make himself look good. We have to unite, put an end to all this quote-unquote super chaos going on. Find these darn astronauts, find JJ's grandmother's cat, please, or he will fire us, please. Let's reread this. Put an end to quote-unquote all this super chaos going on. Chaos magic directly tied to WandaVision. Find these darn astronauts, the exact same astronauts that director Tyler Hayward was referencing when Monica asked how are the numbers for the astronaut training program. He answered, dismal, lost half my personnel in the blip, and the half of those remaining lost their nerve. When it comes to astronauts being lost or getting their powers from space, there are none more famous than the first family, that of the Fantastic Four, which found Easter eggs in the MCU packed into the end of Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, before we touch on those, which we will, and their significance in that movie way beyond just sharing a director in John Watts, the idea now is that the Fantastic Four are the next major team and franchise Marvel intends to push after the Avengers, but before the X-Men, and you should expect throughout the entirety of Marvel Phase 4, whenever they can, without forcing it, they are going to set up Easter eggs for this team. And as I've said a million times over the last year, we can have some very high expectations from Marvel Studios. It's a lot different than when they went into the Infinity Saga. Kevin Feige and company had no idea how far they'd get. They just hoped that they could set that all up and then finally make a payoff. But now they have literally an unlimited future and rights to almost the entire catalog of Marvel characters. They can take as much time as they want, but more specifically, as much time as they need now to build stories that not only pay off the old school comic fans, but do justice to the new fans alike. That's where you find industry insider reports, and from friend of the channel, Mikey Sutton, over a year ago in the form of an exclusive right here on Everything Always, we revealed that Marvel Studios and Sony tentatively had plans to cross the web slinger Tom Holland's Peter Parker over with the first iteration of the MCU's Fantastic Four to do homage to all of the great storylines that came in the interactions between them. And of course, just like the cover of Amazing Spider-Man 1, in the history of the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man, they have crossed over many times. That's the plan for the MCU, and that's why all of the Easter eggs that we saw tucked into the end of Spider-Man Far From Home don't just hold significance because they're leading to the Fantastic Four, but their placement in the Spider-Man movie definitely indicates the connection between the two, and now you have the director and Jon Watts, after this final installment for the trilogy, switching over to do the Fantastic Four movies in a sense of continuity. When they finally add in Peter Parker, even if it's in that very first film, Jon Watts will have been shaping, directing, and working on Spider-Man's story for the last over half decade. He'll know how to integrate him perfectly. This is going to suit the narrative rather well. Now, if you've missed those Easter eggs in the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, they have broken them down a million times all over YouTube, but I will touch on them quickly here in case you didn't see them. At the very end, right before the huge reveal for his identity, it's this shot right here that sums up all the Easter eggs. First of all, in this billboard in the background, you see a red 1, a 2, a 3 in yellow and blue, and then a question mark in a blank slot. And it said, "We are so excited to show you what comes next. 1, 2, 3, Fantastic Four." And the colors perfectly match up with Human Torch, The Thing, Mr. Fantastic, and the last one, Invisible Woman. Now, as if this wasn't conclusive enough, oh, and it is, they also have the address for which this billboard is shown. It's on the corner of Library Way in East 41st Street. The Baxter Building, the building that is the tower for the Fantastic Four, is famously on the corner of 42nd Street. So this would literally be just a block from where the Fantastic Four building would be. This is a no-brainer. It's absolutely Fantastic Four Easter eggs. Now, Jon Watts, we found out, the director from the Spider-Man trilogy, is going to be the director on the Fantastic Four, and we know now about plans for Spider-Man to cross over with the Fantastic Four. This is going to be such an exciting time to be a Marvel fan, and it's so cool to see them sneaking in Easter eggs already for something that's probably at least 2 or 3 years away. Although, guys, I would not be surprised if Reed Richards shows up sooner than later. It's not a question of when, just where, and when the time is right, we're going to get the introduction of these characters as well. Super excited. Let me know all your thoughts down below and your reaction to this if you saw this post. And if you don't follow that account, I'll make sure to leave a link down in the description. It's a viral marketing account made on Instagram. It's got about 40,000 followers. You'll see a lot of the YouTubers follow it. It only follows like 6 or 7 accounts, Marvel Studios, Sony officially, and it's made to represent the real world Flash Mob account that he would have inside the MCU. I'll make sure to leave a link down in the description. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away a PlayStation 5 at 800,000 subscribers, which we're over halfway to and could easily hit by month's end. We're also giving away Disney Plus subscriptions every Friday to coincide to celebrate WandaVision. If you want to be entered to win and for all the future prizes here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be selected and announced at the end of videos just like this. The best way to keep up with the videos, of course, is to hit that notification bell with notifications turned on. If you enjoyed today's video, the rest of the content at the channel, I'd appreciate it, of course, if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can follow me over on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can find me on Spotify with original music under All Fires and streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/Novellin. There's a link down in the description to all 4. Thanks for checking out the channel, guys, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.